Townsend Press presents, from the Bluefoot series of books, Summer of Secrets, written by Paul Langan and read by Shayna Walker.
Chapter 1. I can't do this again, Carl. I don't have the strength, not without Mama. Darcy Wills hid in the dark hallway listening to the sound of her mother's weary voice. It was 11 o'clock at night, and Mom was in the bedroom talking with Dad. Their door was closed, but through the thin walls of her family's small house, Darcy could hear them as if they were standing right in front of her. "So what are you trying to say?" Dad asked. His voice was strained, as if he was carrying a heavy block of cement on his back. Darcy stood as still as a statue, careful not to make a sound that would alert her parents to the fact that she was just a few feet away in the dark. "I don't know, Carl," Mom answered. "I don't know anything anymore." There was a moment of silence, and Darcy thought she heard her mother sob. "I just don't have a good feeling about any of this." So it was true, Darcy thought. Something was definitely wrong with her parents. Darcy had sensed it for days. She had noticed tension between them and had even heard Mom snap a few times, but until now, she figured her mother was still recovering from the loss of Grandma. Only 3 weeks ago, after a slow, steady decline in her health, Grandma had died in her sleep in the bedroom at the end of the hallway. The loss left a depressing void in the house. But in the 3 weeks that had passed, the sadness was replaced by an uncomfortable silence, one Darcy couldn't understand. "Just don't worry about it, Darce," said her sister Jamie last week. Jamie was 14, 2 years younger than Darcy. "Anyway, it's none of your business. Besides, Mom's tough and Dad's here. They'll be okay." Darcy had rolled her eyes at her sister's comment. Jamie wasn't the best person to judge a situation. Only 6 months ago, she had dated Bobby Wallace, a 16-year-old who messed with drugs, hit Jamie, and convinced her to shoplift for him. "How can you be so sure?" Darcy had asked. Jamie shrugged off the question. "You know what your problem is, Darcy? You think too much," she said, and then left to go to the movies with her friend Cindy Gibson. It was what Jamie always did when anything serious confronted her. Run away, hide, ignore it. Anything to avoid things that were unpleasant or difficult. It was Jamie's way, not Darcy's. "No, the problem is that you don't think enough," Darcy thought as she watched her sister leave. No matter what Jamie said, Darcy knew the issue with her parents was serious. For weeks, Mom had walked around in a daze, sometimes it seemed on the verge of tears. Yesterday, Darcy even spotted her watching what she hated most, a TV show about a hospital emergency room. For as long as Darcy could remember, Mom had forbidden all medical shows when she was around. "I see that stuff every day at work. I'm not going to watch it when I'm home," she had once declared. Mom was an emergency room nurse. Though she rarely discussed what she saw at the hospital, Darcy knew that her mother witnessed victims of shootings, stabbings, car accidents, and all sorts of diseases. No wonder she didn't want to see it on TV. But last night, she didn't even seem to notice the TV doctors trying to revive a patient who had had a heart attack. It was as if her mind was somewhere else, as if she wasn't in the room, even though her body was sprawled across the couch. But tonight, Mom was worse. Her face looked warm when she came home from the hospital. It wasn't the usual tiredness that made her stretch out on the couch and sleep after she got home. It was deeper, as if Mom's spirit was drained like an old battery.
To find out what is happening to Darcy's family, find Summer of Secrets in our classroom library and read it. Have fun reading!